Thanks, Vuyo. Retired Justice Madlanga was actually here about an hour or so ago, probably wanting to see the venue himself, go through those final checks, but it will be lights, camera, action inside the auditorium of the Bridget Mabandla Academy here in Tshwane. The country has been waiting with bated breath to hear from Lieutenant General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi after he delivered that explosive briefing on the 6th of July. He's now suing Paul O'Sullivan, the private investigator, for defamation of character, and such has been the nature since the 6th of July, the litigation that has followed that particular briefing. But in this room tomorrow, we will kick off those proceedings. The ICT systems, we've been told, are all in place. And I want us to be inside the room and show the viewer with Jeremy Michaels, the spokesperson of the Madlanga Commission, what this room looks like, what the setup is like, because of course, South Africans want to be in this room in some way or the other.
Yes, absolutely, Ziyanda. Certainly tomorrow morning, just on the dot, 10 a.m., Justice Mbuyiseni Madlanga will take the chair, accompanied and alongside him the two commissioners, Advocate Sesi Baloyi and Advocate Sandile Khumalo SC, both of them. Over here, in the witness box, of course, will be Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi. And on this side, the Commission's evidence leaders who will be leading Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi will be seated. Well, they have the option of sitting either here or directly opposite him over there. And then if we look at the public at the gallery, of course, we've made provision for the Commission's legal team, the advocates and attorneys. We have reserved space in case any dignitaries arrive. And then the bulk of the space, certainly in the next few rows, is reserved for media. We have had huge interest in the region of 350 applications for accreditation over the last few weeks. And then we have seating for 300 members of the public.
Is there going to be, let me jump in there, is there going to be any kind of regulation for that? Or, you know, and if there's more than 300 people, what kind of protocols do you have in place?
Well, certainly there's going to be very tight security, as you will have seen on the premises here. The Justice College will be in security lockdown. And so, of course, metal detectors, anyone entering the premises will be subjected to that sort of intense screening to make sure that, you know, there's no danger posed to the proceedings of the Commission. And we have encouraged those members of the public who intend to come in person to arrive early. And of course, the seating is limited, but we have a live stream facility. And so in the interest of transparency, members of the public will, you know, anywhere across the country or indeed other parts of the world will be able to directly observe uninterrupted the proceedings of the Commission. And then, of course, as you will know, there are quite a number of broadcast trucks outside broadcasting vans, including yourselves. And so there, as I say, has been huge interest in the first day, which kicks off at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning.
You do have a row for dignitaries over there. Do you have people who've expressed their intention? Because there would also have to be some kind of security protocols that kick in if you have, I don't know who, but what kind of dignitaries are you anticipating may want to be inside this room tomorrow and the days that follow?
Well, at this point, we have not had an indication of any significant dignitaries. And so hopefully the media will be able to move a row forward. But yeah, I mean, this is a measure just in case over the next few days, weeks, and indeed the next few months. We will adjust the arrangements as is needed. But of course, this is a judicial commission of inquiry, and so the legal team will take precedence right on the front row. And as the hearings unfold and other witnesses appear, in the case of Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi, we don't anticipate any legal representation. The Commission's evidence, one of the evidence leaders will be leading him. But of course, as you can imagine, as other witnesses appear before the Commission, these benches will be reserved for legal teams, and implicated parties may very well want to send their legal representatives to observe the proceedings.
Mr. Michaels, this is a judicial commission of inquiry that's unique in the sense, from a security perspective at least, it's unique because the allegations touch at the heart of the South African Police Service. So the issue of safety inside of the room, the safety of Mkhwanazi, the safety of the commissioners and the retired justice are going to be critical and are of concern for South Africans because of how factionalized the police service is. So what have you done as a commission to ensure the safety of all of those who will be in the room in light of what may be explosive allegations and evidence that is led by Mkhwanazi and others who come and testify? So for instance, you know, in one of the other hearings, we've heard that there's intelligence officers that roam around. How tight is it going to be in terms of protecting everyone that will be here?
Well, firstly, I must say that the Commission is independent, and certainly we rely on those organs of state that are charged with law enforcement to protect the premises and make sure that you know, everything is safe and secure. So
this is the point, right, Mr. Michaels? You're trusting law enforcement agencies that we are told as South Africans are compromised.
Well, let me put it this way. I mean, and this debate has been raging for weeks on end since the establishment of the Commission and the publication of the terms of reference. It is something of a conundrum for the Commission that it is charged with investigating very serious allegations of corruption and undue influence by criminal syndicates, drug cartels, and so on, by organized crime over the very law enforcement agencies that we ordinarily would rely on and are constitutionally charged with, in terms of the law, with protecting our country, and in this case, the proceedings of the Commission. So yes, it is something of a conundrum, but I think it also is important to say that there are many, many good people in our law enforcement agencies. The allegations indeed are very serious, but we know that there are people who work every single day in our law enforcement agencies who are good. The job of the Commission is to get to the bottom of the allegations made by Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi. And of course, as I think you have said, and you know, the debate has been raging around whether the South African public can trust our law enforcement agencies. That includes the SAPS, and of course, within the scope, in the terms of reference, specifically the Political Killings Task Team and Crime Intelligence, but also the other law enforcement agencies, the State Security Agency, National Prosecuting Authority, and so on. And so also I think when it comes to witness protection, I mean, that also has been something of a difficulty. Yes. Because of the unique nature of this commission and the allegations that we are investigating. But we have been innovating and planning for weeks on end to make sure that everything runs smoothly and that the proceedings pan out smoothly.
All right, trust, trust, trust. South Africans are expected to trust that by tomorrow, 10 o'clock, that everyone that will be in the room will be secure and safe, but not only the human beings that will physically be in the room, but the information and the ICT systems, the Wi-Fi. We know issues around cybersecurity. The Commission has assured South Africans that all is in place.